Hey guys! Welcome back to my workshop! I'm Laura from Aloy Cosplay and this is part 6 of our Aloy Cosplay making up series. Guys, I can't believe it! We finally finished the armor and this means we are nearly done with the costume and we have already planned a photo shoot. Okay, we still have to finish the bow, this will take a few days, but then we're done and I can finally wear my costume for the first time. I can't wait to wear it! But today I'm going to show you how we made Aloy's armor, so then let's start! Again, I'm using the photo mode as reference. The Shield Weaver armor has not that much armor parts, but they are very complex with a lot of details. Ralph 3D modeled them with Fusion 360 and I'm very proud of him because it was the first time ever he worked with a 3D modeling program. The back piece, the breastplate, the bracer, and the shoulder armor. We printed everything with our Zortrax M200. The whole armor was separated in 58 parts and lasted over 220 hours of printing. The first step was to remove all the support material. Sometimes the print can go wrong, and this really sucks when you have not much time for a costume. Here the printer just stopped in the middle of the process, so I just threw it away and printed it again. 3D printing is great, but you still have to sand a lot. You can feel the layers on the surface always have some leftovers from the support material and the surface on the bottom side mostly looks not very nice. So you have to fill it with some putty. I use different types of sandpaper. First I use a rough one with a 120 grit. After a layer of primer I use a 240 to get rid of the scratchy surface you got from the 120 grit. And then wet sanding with 400 or 600. This is the putty I used to fill all the gaps. So, time for sanding. Sanding the whole armor took me ages. Then it was time for some spray filler. And more sanding because everything has to be super smooth. Most of the armor parts are separated in 2 or even more pieces. For example, the knee armor, which was separated in 7 pieces. I always make my own glue with acetone and filament leftovers. This only works with ABS, not with PLA. After weeks of priming, sanding and filling all armor parts, we're done and ready to paint. First, I spray painted everything in a natural white. Then it was time for some masking. The triangle parts had to be silver. This step is so satisfying. Now it was time for some weathering. The wire brush gives the armor a perfect look. In the game, Aloy's armor is not very dirty and rusted, not like a typical post-apocalyptic armor like from Fallout, but it has a lot of scratches. I also added some acrylic paint with a rough poured sponge. And also painted some highlights and shades with a brush. It is all about the details. Here I also added some silver scratches. And this is how the paint job turned out. Now I just had to seal everything with a matte clear coat. Then it was time for the attachments. I also used the ABS glue for the leather bands. We used the 2-part epoxy glue for the plexiglas paints for the power cells. Aloy has these power cells all over her armor. So now it was time for the electronics. If you want to learn more about it, check out our last Aloy making of video. Yeah, and then we're done. So much work, but it was worth it. And of course we also made the focus, which was also 3D printed. Well, I still can't believe we made it. Creating this costume took us so much time and money and blood and tears. And Ralph sometimes got really crazy while he was trying to figure out how to model a very complicated part. And now I can't wait for the photo shoot and wearing this costume at a convention for the first time. So the next video I think will be the behind the scenes video of the photo shoot, or maybe the making of video of the bow. I hope this video was helpful for you and maybe inspired you a little bit. And if you want to learn more about costume making, just check out my books. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel or support us on Patreon. So then, see you next time. Bye bye!